Here's a question you've never been asked. Would you rather be pig happy, pig satisfied, or Socrates miserable? About a year ago, I got asked that question by a philosophy professor I had, and it was about a class of 20 to 30 of us. And she went around asking everyone individually, would you rather be like a pig that's happy and satisfied, or like Socrates but miserable? And everyone answered, and surprise, surprise, most people chose to be pig happy, pig satisfied, whatever. I was one of the only 3 or 4 people in that class of 20 to 30 to choose Socrates miserable. Now, it is very enticing to just be satisfied all the time, be pleased all the time, whatever. But the problem with that is it becomes a very hedonistic lifestyle. It becomes a very hedonistic approach to life. And the problem with hedonism is there's no actual purpose. There's no actual higher calling involved. It's all just, how do I satisfy myself? How do I please myself? How do I enjoy the moment? How do I get the most pleasure possible? And that is a terrible approach to life. And unfortunately, that is how most people go about their lives. They think about the now, they think about short-term gratification, and that is an incredibly huge problem in society, is short-term gratification, because nobody actually has discipline anymore. Nobody actually has the mindset for long-term pleasure. So there's short-term gratification, which is now, and it's usually a smaller amount, but it's instant. And then there's long-term pleasure, which takes longer, but it's much more rewarding. It's pretty much like if you're gifted $100, you can go spend that immediately. You can go buy yourself something, whatever. You can take yourself out for dinner, whatever you want to spend that money on. Or what you could do is invest it. Invest it into something, whether that's like a gym membership for like a year, whether that's like some books to enlighten yourself and educate yourself. Self-education is far more significant than school education. That's for another video. And then there's also, aside from education or fitness, you could also use that money and put it into something financial like stocks, crypto, whatever. But to achieve the results, the output of that input is going to take significantly longer, but it's going to be much more rewarding. So that's a problem with society now, is more people choose to be pig happy, pig satisfied over being Socrates miserable. But then there's also, that's not the way I look at it for short-term gratification versus long-term pleasure. The way I look at it is the pig hedonistic side of things is blissful ignorance. That's what I believe it really boils down to. And then you have Socrates miserable, which is much more you know the truth of things, and like it bothers you. So you have blissful ignorance, where you're unaware of everything, you don't know anything, but like you're all happy, giddy, pretty much oblivious to everything. Or you're aware of the truth, but it drags you down. And I'm somebody who would much rather know the truth, know reality, and be miserable as a result, than be unaware, just delving in blissful ignorance, but be happy. I choose being Socrates over a pig any day. Unfortunately, most of society, when provided that option or question, is going to choose the pig, because what it boils down to is humans are becoming increasingly weak-minded, weak-willed, pathetic examples of what life could be. Am I perfect? No, not by any means, but I still choose freaking Socrates. Because just like Socrates, I also ask questions that cause people to think critically. I also speak to people to make them think. I also say and ask what others don't want me to. Got Socrates killed. Would not surprise me in the slightest if it got me killed. But, oh well. So, Socrates or pig, which do you choose? Do not disappoint. Comment if you'd rather be pig satisfied or Socrates miserable.